What the fuck?
I don't even remember what I was doing. God. It's been so long since I played this damn game. I don't even remember my existence. Where am I? Oh, wait, I'm a lady. What the fuck? Why am I a chick? Wait, well... Wait a minute. Actually, isn't this Skellig? What? Holy shit. Did I load the wrong game? Hey, I think I might have loaded the wrong game. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. This is KDC2. I think. It's supposed to be like a flashback or a quest or something. I don't remember being in the middle of this quest. But I am a chick. Look at the way I run. Look at the lovely way I'm like running animation. It's
Sick.
Alright, now to get past the guards.
Here. Way off.
Getting your ass beat by a woman. If you didn't have armor on. Actually, he's just doing the same fucking grapple.
Yeah.
Hey, stop hitting my dog. Hey, who's hitting my dog? Hey, you bastard. Hey, I'm gonna go hit your friend.
Bring it on.
You fucker. How dare you? No! Ah! Hey, 2v1 is cowards move. I'm almost certain I queued up cuties.
Trying to send me to an early grave? To see my own daughter, and this time it cost me dearly. Learn to...
Oh my god, so the game just continues. No, this is KDC2. See this? Oh, whoops. I guess it is. I did load the wrong game. I thought this must have just been some fucking backstory shit. Also, let us not have that remembered. Hold on, we're gonna just quit. I don't give a fuck about save progress. Man, I must have clicked the wrong Kingdom Come. Whoops. Oh, whoops. No wonder I was triple confused. I was like, shit, man. Alright, there we go. Excuse me.
Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
Of course I am. We'll show them what fine fellas have turned up on their doorstep.
You bet we will. We'll hand over our important message and then hop, skip to
It
the
just
nearest
does the whole
tavern.
beginning?
We'll drink to our success and chase some local wenches, eh? But why didn't Uncle Hanush take care of it himself?
I don't think I did.
Maybe he's just testing me.
Aye.
I think maybe
It
it's
does
just
look
been
like
so
that.
long it's
He'll
redoing
hand over
everything.
all the Ratai estates to you one day. So I expect he wants to be sure you won't botch it.
How could I possibly? There are foreign armies rampaging through Bohemia. The king is in captivity.
Oh yeah, I started a hardcore game again. I wanted to feel the wrath of Aftermath. So, should I continue with my current, or should I start all over on hardcore? What do you think? You're right, I should continue in hardcore.
God knows where, and here we are in the middle of it all, carrying an important document. No,
Alright, fine. Fine. Fucking, I forgot how long the loading screens were in this game. Jesus. 12 fucking business days for me to watch a fucking guy stare at his wife as he leaves to go to battle.
How are things, Henry? In trouble again, are you?
I don't even remember what the fuck I was doing. Clearly I was gambling with this man. No. Nah, dog. I have the will to play this game. I haven't played this game in fucking ages. If I don't get started eventually, I'll never get started. If I watch a vid also, I'm probably gonna fucking pass out. I'm not gonna lie, it's late.
Are you being cautious or cowardly?
I mean, if I pass out, I'm blaming you is all I'm saying. Oh, I have to do the underground passageways? Is there anything else I could do first? Screw it, I'll just do that.
I'm gonna go explore the...
What exactly would you like to know?
What was the tunnel to the crypt used for?
It's a safe route for anyone who wants to disappear undetected.
Has anyone ever...
No one that I know of.
Waste?
It leads from the kitchen.
Oh, wonderful. Where exactly...
They run under some so far. Right.
Tell me...
It's been a...
That's a very...
My father's... He just...
What exactly am I supposed to be looking for down there? What are we
I don't
searching
need
for?
to hear about
We
the
need
fucking
to
stupid.
find
I've
and
spent
mark the point
so
where the
much
crypt
time
wall joins with the tunnel. When we
in
break through
these
the wall, only a thin
stupid
partition
goddamn
will be
crypts.
between
I
us
don't
and
need
the
to hear
cellars of the
things
Italian
she's
port.
saying.
But how will I know I found them?
You can tell if there's a cavity behind the wall by the...
So, I'll be knocking on...
Well,
Thanks for the advice.
be careful.
I'll do my best.
This would be easy peasies. I don't even need the Samuel loser. Okay, I can't just jump over that. Alright, I'll walk down the stairs. All this empty? Really? Oh, I can't even open that. can't remember if these tunnels connect back to the main ones. I hope they do. I think they did. I hope they did. I think they did. I think they did. I'll just borrow that. I don't need it right now, but suppose 90 charcoal wouldn't hurt. I wonder what's up here. Whose house is this? Rotate lock. Is there a guy who sees on the other side? Hold up. Why is there shouting mark? Shit, I don't remember enough about this game. Oh, that's some lag. Don't really care about wherever this is. Let's see. I need to go straight across town. Oh, I forgot I already looted most of this. Most is the keyword. Man, how did I miss that? Oh, nothing useful. Fuck you. You deserve to have been stabbed in the chest and then pushed down here. Nerd. I have more loot on you and I'll feel bad for you next time. Man, you always miss a surprising amount when looting. It never hurts to go run back through a place. Did I kill this guy already? Yeah, I think I killed this guy actually. There should be a couple more bodies. Is it back over here? No, I don't even remember anymore. Go in the right direction. Oh shoot, no I'm not. Wasn't this where I was earlier? Where is this? I don't give a fuck about the All Saints Tavern. You know, I'm just going back to the fucking... Oh, and I double went the wrong way. Fuck. I hate the stupid fucking underground tunnels. Fuck. All this fucking tunnel shit looks the exact fucking same.
Everything all right, Henry?
Everything is just fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
Hello, half-brother. It's time for us to fuck up the shit
It
underground.
appears we're supposed to go and mark the path for carrying out the silver.
I thought you were going with Brabant. Perhaps he was afraid to soil that fancy coat of his.
Or he was just lying again. Well,
Absolutely.
in the kitchen.
That's a problem.
And I just gotta go run back by myself because apparently I needed Samuel. Rembrandt, you pussy! That's it. That's all I want to say.
Let us go.
Oh,
That smell.
we're starting here? Where the fuck?
How long have they been throwing shit down here? It is nearly up to my knees. Perish. Ah, and it's bloody slippery.
Wait, I thought
The
he
nerve
was
of Shiska, the dry
Kobayashi's
devil.
son.
I give them coin, and they send me to wade through shit.
No?
Stay close to me. The path might branch off somewhere. We would not want you to get lost.
Wasn't that the whole reveal that he was my half brother?
And watch your head.
Oh my.
If I keep breathing this air for much longer.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, because he was Is this the Pied Piper? Did I find the body of the Pied fucking Piper? I'm the Pied fucking Piper now, bit. Alright, I know the guy went the other way, so I am gonna go see what's dead end. Lame. But yeah, so why is there the fucking Pied Piper right there?
Well, well, well. Somebody stashed some shunt down here.
Oh, why would you walk past it then? It's free fucking money.
There is someone here. Do you hear that too?
I hear nothing.
Never mind. Better come along. We have other work to do.
Hold on. What weapons do I have that are ranged? Nah, it's gonna be easier just to go up and stab them.
Peach me. Did you see it too?
Oh, they're
Get away
beggars.
with that
I don't
weapon.
really want to kill you. Get the fuck
What are
out
you
of
doing
here.
here?
Get the
Sitting
fuck out of
around,
here.
twiddling our thumbs.
Is it not obvious? They are stealing from your Christian brothers.
What are you looking for on those corpses? Valuables?
I don't have any.
These poor wretches was already robbed by our grandfather's grandfathers. We're happy with trifles.
What do you mean?
Well, fingers, teeth. If we get lucky, some smaller bones too.
Oh
Plenty
shit,
of
they're
bits
just
of
straight up
those.
desecrating the dead. That's... Is Lennox the guy from... No, that's not... Ah, fuck, I don't even remember now. It's been too long.
Who is this?
You don't know that?
He's the gravedigger in Sedlitz. He's not the sharpest, but he helps us make a decent living.
What's decent about it?
We never have.
I know Lennox.
We bring him what we find, and he gives us some.
And he'll be waiting.
How come?
We hid behind the altar. Then we broke in.
We were gonna wait a while before we got to work.
Someone was a bit too keen.
Yes.
You can pass through the Ruthar Palace.
That's not a bad plan.
Nearly empty. But if you do not tell anyone about us, we will
Deal.
And thanks.
I'll let them live. I feel like they're gonna show up later and somehow repay me. Also, I have looted corpses before, so I am not too judgmental. I'm totally not looking to currently loot some corpses.
nothing here. We have to go somewhere else. It must be somewhere else. It should be somewhere around here. Try it.
You mean the
down.
piss, the area
That sounds
that looks
different.
like piss?
We have it.
Right here, Mr. Pisswall. Mr. Blood and Pisswall.
That might do it.
Come, let us go back. Have you ever been to Kuttenberg? Before all this, I mean.
A long time ago.
With
Is
Martine.
that so?
Aye. He was here on business.
With
and
my
brought me
pop.
along as help, but I didn't see much. Martin met with a customer in the morning, and we drove back home in the evening.
Perhaps we passed on the street and did not even know it.
I feel bad for the Pied Piper. Is that it, really? Just a fucking pit? Nothing even in it? Nothing? Oh, lame as hell. I don't know. I kind of gotten really attached to Henry. I don't know if I'm ready for a KDC game without the man, the myth, the legend himself. Yeah, I'll report to Zeke Boy. Zeke Boy needs to know all about the Tiki Boy. Loot. Oh, are you fucking me? Fuck off. I thought you said it was confirmed Henry wouldn't be the MC. I thought you're the one who explicitly told me that Henry would not be it. Because you heard news that he wouldn't be it. God, did I already loot everything? Fuck me.
Sam and I walked through the cellar as far.
Well done.
Brabham. Considering how much coin he promised them all. Oh, and while we're on the subject, take this. You.
What now then?
You've
Have you come up with a way to get to the legate and persuade him to take us to the Italian court?
I should say so. Hey, listen up, all of you. You're done for today, but get plenty of sleep. We'll chase you from your beds early in the morning.
Oh, is that really necessary?
It is. We'll be riding to Loretz.
Cardinal Pozzo goes to bed with the chickens and gets up before the crack of dawn. After the morning prayer, he eats breakfast.
I mean,
together
who
with
else
his
would be the
retinue,
main character?
And no one is allowed to disturb them. Most regular folks are asleep at that time, so everything should be nice and quiet when you pay him a visit.
If we don't persuade him to get us into the Italian court, we're fucked.
Oh man, already eating tired.
So don't
We
do
might
anything
keep this
stupid, right?
shorter. Like
Should we
an
be
hour,
prepared
hour
for
and
a
a
fight?
half. My
That
god.
shouldn't be necessary.
I did
Godwin
not mean
insisted
for it to
he'll
be a
sort
short
things
stream,
out
but-
peacefully with the cardinal.
I think it's because I
reckon
ate
we'll
in
have
and
to-
out
While Godwin's persuading his
before
eminence
starting
to
it.
put-
I blame that.
Urso will be
Oh, my soul.
keep them under guard.
Fuck both Hagen. Fuck Urso. We're gonna easily
it.
wreck them.
What use will we be there?
You have to make sure those 5 men armed to the teeth don't get any clever ideas.
We'll scare them a little, but just in...
Exactly.
Is everyone going?
Everyone except K-pop.
What? Am I just supposed to sit on my ass with the women?
At least you'll get your beauty sleep. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
I'm not sorry.
It's true we shouldn't leave this place unwatched.
Too fucking right. Now don't you worry, Lord Capon. If anyone tries to get inside, Catherine will protect you.
Keep your jokes to yourself, Tosspot.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But Catherine
come
would
on.
actually save his ass.
Lighten up a bit, eh?
I mean, Hans isn't completely
Let's get to work.
incompetent
Report to me tomorrow
when
morning.
he's in a
Is that
full suit of
clear?
armor. But I mean, yeah, he's not exactly the best.
Me and Sam
Are they going to...
No. They were
Hold on. You re...
excuses.
What do you think? They came out, and Ada and Janosch pounced on them in the...
Oh, I like how he's pissed at me. No questions. Godwin, let's do our shit.
I heard you fought in the battle.
Why?
I heard it was a horrible...
Horseshit, lad. That's just horseshit.
So how did it happen? Tell me. I don't think I can quite imagine such
Oh,
a
this is
massive-
not what I wanted to
How many
ask.
soldiers were there?
Countless, lad. At least 10,000 men on our side. And Sultan Murad must have had at least twice as many with him.
If I'm not, then what am I doing? Is it not talk to Godwin? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm sorry. Get ready. Talk to Godwin about guard commander. Oh, wrong.
How are you?
It's an uphill struggle, son. I practiced with Brabant, but unfortunately not many speak Italian round here. So at the court, I can breathe like a...
Christian of Pisek says the guards at the court are commanded by a native Italian. If he sees through our little ruse, that's the end for us.
You really know how to spoil a man's day, don't you?
Excuse me?
But what of it? Like a common soldier would have any business talking to a cardinal. In the worst case, I'll tell him to fuck off. I remember that much in Italian at least.
About that fame...
Alright, I told him, so now he's not gonna fuck himself in the ass. And now I'm gonna go... Godwin, you fucking turd shit. Let me out of here. Oh. Oh.
Well, Adder, you have a new nickname yet? A much lepson? Maybe Bladder. It even rhyme.
I do not accept this result. do I have to... Really? Fuck it. I'm not letting these fucking beggars be dead. I feel bad. Oh, when he said Adder jumped on them, I thought he just let Adder beat their asses up. Oh man, they were desecrating the dead. They didn't deserve to be fucking murdered. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's vid time. Shit. I can't fucking believe it.
In the aftermath of the Battle of Montgazard,
man,
the
that
Kingdom of
just-
Jerusalem celebrated.
That just, fucking feels bad. Is that a different vid or is that the same vid as earlier? I will assume it is the same.
Celebrates a most unlikely and miraculous victory in almost a century. King Baldwin arrives in Ascalon.
King Baldwin, king more like fucking hairy ass cheeks loss.
In late November 1177 as a conquering hero, and he is acclaimed for his bravery, endurance, and faith. Tales of his few hundred heroic knights are told across the land. Their opponent, Saladin, wends his way back across the Sinai.
Oh yeah, I remember him. He was the Leopard King, right? He had the fucking disease that was killing him, and he wore a mask, right? Yeah, I remember. Man, didn't he die really young too? Like 25 or something, or like. Yeah, I remember he did not have a long kingship, and he more often apparently was a chill guy than not, if I remember. But it's been a second. It's been a long second.
Torrential rains scatter his remaining
23.
forces.
Yikes.
He
Even
endures
younger
Bedouin
than I
attacks
just-
and revenge ambushes of Franks, whose lands he raided just weeks earlier. But once in Egypt, Saladin consolidates his position against the
Fucking
remnants
hell,
of the
man.
Shia Fatimid dynasty, who were eager to overthrow him after the setback at Montgazard. The tenacious Sultan then turns
I
his
like how
gaze
it just brings up
towards
that exact,
Jerusalem
battle.
again. Both Saladin and Baldwin know that Montgazard was not the end.
Yeah, but they kind of wish it was.
The situation in the Kingdom of Jerusalem is complicated by a variety of factors, both as pressing as the other. Firstly, there is the matter of Baldwin's advancing illness. His days are tragically numbered. The succession of the kingship must be determined, though there is hope at this time also. The king's sister, Sibylla, gives birth to a boy she names Baldwin, but it will be some years before the infant is of
I
age,
wonder why she
and
named him
Jerusalem
Baldwin.
will need a monarch,
She had no
or at least a
fucking
regent,
motives at all by
sooner
naming
rather
her son
than
that.
later. There is no shortage
Totally not a
of
possible
contenders,
grab for kingship.
alongside
Not at
Raymond
all.
of Chatillon, the brothers Ibelin, and the recently arrived Guy of Lusignan. There is also Raymond III of Tripoli and Bohemond III of Antioch. All five jockeying, plotting, and vying for power in one way or another, as King Baldwin's condition sees daily deterioration. There is also the question of the kingdom's strategic situation. Until the end of the reign of Baldwin's
Oh, I didn't
father,
realize
King
if I changed
Amalric,
the,
just 3 years ago,
computer volume, that
Jerusalem
fucks
was
your
still
volume.
very much on the
I'll just
offensive.
turn my headset down then. My bad.
There would always be a great disparity in
Maybe.
resources between
Whoa,
Egypt and the
whoa.
Latin states, but civil conflict and general bad governance in Cairo allowed the King of Jerusalem to launch repeated raids and invasions to the south. Latin chroniclers still like to recall that Amalric came close to conquering Egypt on a number of occasions.
Yeah, I almost
Those with
fucking
knowledge of
became
history
NBA
will
actually
recall
too,
that
you
the
know?
ancient Romans managed
I
to hold the
also
Levant
was almost
for near 7
Usain
centuries,
Bolt,
almost
and I
certainly
also almost
because their rule always included the
went back in
territory
time
from the
and
Mediterranean
assassinated Hitler.
to
Yeah,
the
I almost did all of
Euphrates.
that.
But the rise of Saladin has consolidated Egypt, and his competence has only grown through the 1170s as he acquired lands in southern Syria, effectively beginning the process of surrounding the Crusader states.
good luck,
It is his
Jerusalem.
control of Damascus particularly that gives him a vital foothold in the region, and the Latins are unable to seal the crossing from Sinai or dominate the Red Sea to bottle up the Sultan in one region or the other. The failure of the Second Crusade and its massive army of 50,000 men to take Damascus in a siege that devolved into a fiasco 30 years ago marked the turning point. Since then, the rulers of cities like Mosul and Aleppo, Zengi and then Nur ad-Din, have gradually increased and amalgamated their holdings, and from Nur ad-Din's death in 1174 onward, Saladin looks to be completing their work. Much of the fighting of this period devolves into back-and-forth violent raids across what is a very porous frontier, both north and south. Each side will vie to capture and loot as much as possible to wear down the enemy.
I mean, that's
the
kind of how
Christian
that
and
works,
Islamic
you know.
forces are
You
doing
take
in Spain.
their shit so that they
While
don't
the
have
kingdoms of Castile,
And so
Aragon,
you
and
do.
Portugal
That's how that
command
kinda
large
works.
swathes of
I'm
territory,
sorry.
generous
Yeah,
coastlines,
they
and
engage
formidable
war and
allies
looting,
at their
like
back
everyone
in the
does in
shape
every
of the
war ever,
French,
but,
Germans, English, and
I think we
Italians.
pretended it was tactical.
The Crusader states have only a largely poor strip of agricultural earth, and their backs are to the sea.
Ooh, so they're
Nevertheless, the young
They
king's
hungry.
victory has given them hope that the days of strength will return, and around the kingdom there are signs of assertive offensive. At Jacob's Ford near the vital River Jordan, the Templars begin building a new fortress to impede the movement of armies between Egypt and the Syrian interior.
That's not a
Saladin
terrible
still
idea.
manages to make the crossing with a strong host in March
Oh my
1178.
god. Oh my gosh, we're gonna
Just
build a
months
fortress,
after
but
the
it's
reversal of Montgazard.
Oh my god.
While he takes
literally.
the opportunity
This
to
shit's
send out
fucking clown
looting
shit.
and ravaging parties once more, he also makes an offer of 60,000 dinars to Baldwin to halt the construction of the new bastion.
Okay,
Not
listen,
only will
you
it
know if
impede
they're
his
paying
movement, but
you to
operatives
fucking
within the
stop
castle
that,
will
like, you know you should fucking speed it the fuck up. Like, hey, I'll get, hey, listen, I know I'm trying to, like, fucking invade
be... Not
you.
only will it
Hold on,
impede
wait,
his
let me go back a
movement,
second.
while he takes the opportunity to send out looting and
I know
ravaging
he's
parties
looting and
once
ravaging,
more,
hold up.
he also makes an offer of 60,000
Hey Baldwin, yeah, can I give you money to stop? Stop trying to beat me, please. Because it's kind of mean.
dinars to Baldwin.
I would have
to
taken
halt
the money
construction of
and
the
then
new bastion.
doubled the speed.
Not only will it impede his movement,
Like
but
fuck you,
operatives
Saladin,
within the
you
castle
fucking
will be
dickhead. You're
able to raid
raiding
and
and looting,
extort
and
Saladin.
you're gonna try to pay me off to stop you from raiding and looting me? No, I would take the money and then tell him to go fuck himself. Like, respect is out the window at this point, brother. 60,000 to stop the construction of a super base? Shit, just double the super base with that money. Tell him to fuck himself twice. Build an army that's bigger. Goddamn Baldy boy.
Land and the traders in the nearby Banias plain. Baldwin is personally against the placement of the fortress,
Oh my
but
God,
he has pledged
Baldwin.
to Saladin in a previous agreement not to build there. But the Templars are largely independent of his
Baldwin.
commandments.
Stop being stupid. Hey,
Saladin ups
I
the offer to
agreed
100,000
like,
dinars, but
fucking
still
stop
it makes
him
no
from raping
difference.
me anally. Why,
He continues to
why are you guys
harms to
putting on a
reassert his
metal pair of
authority
underwear?
over his northern
Stop him.
possessions. Baldwin moves
fucking
to the
thing.
Jacob's Ford site, which is now called Le Chastelet, so as to guard
They
it
don't
from
agree
attack.
to getting bent over and fucked by Saladin.
In spite of the earlier reports regarding
Baldy
his
boy.
reservations at building the fortress, now
Oh
that
my
he has
God,
made it
like,
clear
I
he
loved
will
him from
defy
the
Saladin
previous
and
video,
back the
but fuck me,
Templars,
why does he sound like such a
Baldwin
wet noodle
supports
here?
the cause without
Oh,
reservation.
finally! Fucking hell!
Work accelerates with the royal presence and patronage,
Yeah, fuck
and
you, Baldy
materials
boy.
flow in by cart from around
you,
the
Baldy
kingdom,
boy.
while work and foraging teams are sent out into the countryside to purloin all the craftsman's needs. Raids are also conducted into the realm of Egypt from multiple directions, the better to keep the enemy off balance and always on the defensive. Chastelet will be the largest Frankish fortress in the Levant, exceeding even Crac de Chevalier in its breadth and dimensions. Meanwhile, Saladin reclaims Homs after a short battle, and his forces also capture a raiding Crusader party in the vicinity of Hama.
These useless fucking Crusaders.
Saladin has the prisoners beheaded as a marker of his intent to deal brutally with his enemies, as well as reaffirm his own martial credentials and superiority over the Franks. Over the coming year, the Sultan and his advisors make new plans to attack Jerusalem from the north, and when the break in the cold weather ceases in the spring of 1179, Saladin dispatches his nephew, Farrukh Shah, to reconnoiter the ground and spread fear and despoliation amongst the Franks.
And how well did that
Hearing of this and other razzias that have assailed Sidon, Beirut, and the domains on the coast, Baldwin and Odo of Saint Aman, Grand Master of the Templars, along with Raymond of Tripoli, set out in force from Tiberias to intercept the marauders. They pass through Sadas and Torin, and then ascend the mountains where they can look down on Marj Ayun and the Litani River and Gorge. In the distance, they can see the Saracen tents and dust on the horizon from the west. It is Farrukh Shah and his heavily laden baggage, burdened down with the spoils of war. Immediately, the order is given to move into the plain and engage them in battle. Mongizar proved that boldness was the greater tactic, and there will be no escape for the raiders once they arrive in the killing ground. As the Crusader army moves down the hill, the cavalry moves forward with martial enthusiasm, leaving behind the infantry, which struggles to keep the pace. Once they reach the bottom, the lines form up, but there is unmistakable fatigue on the part of the men and animals, particularly the foot soldiers. Nevertheless, when Farrukh Shah's force arrives and attempts to ford the river, unaware of the Crusader presence, the swift charge and follow-up assault is a complete success. The Ayyubid force is completely scattered, and the rich treasure it carries is scooped up with glee by the marauding Latins. With the enemy dispersed, killed, or captured, a portion of the force pushes on and pursues them over the river ford toward the camp, while the foot soldiers set themselves to finding the last remnants of the spoil, and then begin to lay out and recuperate from the stresses of the march and the battle. Raymond and Odo, leading their forces, ride toward a slope between the Marj Ayun and the gorge, likely to identify what appears from a distance to be a fugitive band of riders. It is their intention to obliterate all strands of the raiding party. It is only when they are far from the rest of their comrades and begin to pick up speed for the charge do they realize that the blurred outline before them is not some isolated gang of refugees. Like the first terrifying blast of magma from a volcano, the standard of Saladin himself is unfurled, and thousands of Ayyubid warriors ride forth, powering toward them under a storm of razor-sharp arrows. Any sensible person would flee and regroup, but Odo of the Templars is no ordinary man, and he leads no ordinary force. The Templars are not just elite knights, they are summoned to a higher, divine calling. The Grand Master gives the order to charge. The Templars launch their mounts forward, lances raised, and Saladin's riders press on with no intention in their turn of shying from a fight long savored. The clash is terrific, but the Templars and those of Raymond's force that made the charge with them are too few in number to achieve the necessary destructive collision. Quickly, too quickly, they are in danger of envelopment, and they fight their way out while giving and taking casualties. The remnants of the Templars and the forces of Tripoli ride to open some ground between them and the oncoming mass. But calamity awaits them. Baldwin and his own units are rushing forward to help their comrades, but their path is suddenly impeded by the scrambling units of the Templars and Raymond. The Crusader army devolves into confusion, with the line losing all cohesiveness and the infantry and cavalry unable to support one another. The arrows of Saladin's army drop down like sheets of lethal spring rain, and then the riders and camels are upon them. Baldwin himself is unhorsed and has to be carried to safety. Odo is captured, along with more than 250 other knights, a grievous toll to the kingdom and orders that are constantly short of manpower. Among those taken prisoner are Baldwin of Ibelin and Raymond of Tripoli's stepson, Hugh of Saint-Omer. The king and Raymond manage to cross the river and arrive in safety at the castle of Beaufort, while Reynold of Chatillon launches a relief force from Sidon to pick up what survivors he can. Saladin, realizing that Baldwin is temporarily weakened and unable to operate in the field, makes immediately for Chastelet. There the Ayyubid sappers go to their work when the garrison refuses to surrender, and after bringing down the wall as well as setting fire to the internal timber stockade of the half-finished bastion, Saladin's army begins a general massacre. In the aftermath, while Odo the Grand Master refuses to be ransomed, the Ayyubid army throws the bodies of up to 1,000 residents of the castle into the fortress's well, and begins to dismantle the strongpoint down to its foundations. From Tiberias, Baldwin attempts to gather another army to confront Saladin, but his nobles and followers are reluctant and slipshod in their arrival. Meanwhile, an epidemic has broken out in Saladin's camp, possibly due to the fact that his army has flung putrefying corpses into their water supply, and this hobbles his ability to venture further into Crusader territory also. Both the Crusader and Ayyubid causes suffer further shocks as autumn wears on. Firstly, when a fleet from Saladin's now formidable navy appears off the coast of Acre and launches a violent attack on the ports. And secondly, when the Nile fails to rise in Egypt and Saladin's domain is threatened with famine. A ceasefire and peace agreement is put together, and by 1180 there is amity between the kingdoms. Saladin dedicates himself to returning to Egypt and dealing with Bedouin unrest and corruption there, along with courting Syrian and Mesopotamian emirs like Nur ad-Din Muhammad, while Baldwin is concerned with the steadily deteriorating state of his health and the pressing question of his succession. He settles for the moment on naming his sister Sibylla as his heir, with a view to her young son eventually wearing the crown.
Well, looks like her plan
but
to name her
trouble
son
is
Baldwin
not long
V paid
on
off.
appearing from the horizon.
I mean,
Aleppo and
there's not a lot
Mosul
of
remain
options here, but
outside
still, I mean,
Saladin's
you know,
control, and the closely
please the
dated
fifth.
deaths of their emirs in middle and late 1181 arouses Saladin's ambition.
Oh, Saladin's ambition.
Though the Sultan
always been
ostensibly
aroused.
honors his earlier agreements with
Just
the
been aroused
city-states
my
and the
ass.
Crusaders, Farrukh Shah is ordered to use a strong force and begin probing the area for weaknesses. Meanwhile, Saladin begins to gather another strong host in Cairo. On the Crusader side, there is concern at these developments, but the king is inclined to stay out of external affairs. There have been improvements and reinforcement since the debacle at Marj Ayun, but the kingdom is still far weaker numerically than Saladin's combined Egyptian and Syrian holdings.
Yeah, Saladin's
and the strategic
armies.
conundrum of
Nah,
multiple
you're not stopping
fronts
that shit, bro.
is an unavoidable weakness. Reynold of Chatillon, Lord of Ultra Jourdain and master of the lucrative caravan
that
trade
is a
routes
cool
that
fucking
pass through
title,
those
Lord
territories,
of Chasillon.
is not content to allow matters
Fuck, I
fall
can't even
where
say it.
they
I'm not
may.
French enough.
When he is convinced that Farrukh Shah intends to seize Aleppo by force, he conducts a sizable raid to the south, into the portions of Arabia under Saladin's suzerainty, and whips up dust and fire before the gates of Tabuk. Alarmed at this development, for it seems to the Ayyubids that Reynold is threatening to storm Medina and even Mecca itself, Farrukh Shah makes his own incursion into Reynold's domain to force his return, and the rumored operation against Aleppo is abandoned. Reynold returns to protect his lands, bringing with him the booty of caravans looted along the way. Saladin immediately demands the release of these valuables under the terms of the ceasefire agreement, and Baldwin sends a message to Reynold to comply for the sake of peace. The Lord of Ultra Jordan defies the monarch, however, and Baldwin is left in much the same position as he faced when the Templars refused to halt their construction of Chastelet. Arguably, Saladin himself broke the truce when he imprisoned more than 1,500 Christians the previous spring and refused Baldwin's appeal to release them. But with his own pretext in place, Saladin and his army begin the march from Cairo once more, where a voice from the crowd calls out to him that he will die before he again sees Egypt, a prophecy that will prove to be the truth. Unperturbed, the Sultan marches around the Crusader defenses. The Crusader army moves to Karak to head him off and protect the valuable farmland in which the fields are coming close to harvest time. At Elat, Saladin separates the large number of traders and other followers from his host to go to Damascus through the pilgrim route of Man, while he leads the army on razzias from Montreal and then on Karak itself. Baldwin and his army refuse to take the field against him, and without wishing to linger, Saladin moves to Al-Azraq, makes rendezvous again with the second column of civilian followers from his army, and then proceeds to Damascus. There is now war once more, and the strategic weakness of the Crusader state is made clear when Farrukh Shah rampages into Galilee, and from there captures the magnificent cave fortress of Al-Habis Jaldak. Baldwin and the other great men of the kingdom are powerless to assist, focused as they are on watching Saladin. In the spirit of danger manifest everywhere, Reynold of Chatillon is welcomed back into the royal fold and adds his forces to Baldwin's. They now must await Saladin's next move, their eyes turned toward Damascus from the end of June. Baldwin moves the army to Safaria in readiness. Action is not long in coming. A little over a fortnight after Saladin's arrival in Damascus in the last week of June, he moves to put Bethsan under siege. Baldwin must act, and he moves the army to engage the enemy. Finding from scouts and their intelligence network that Saladin has crossed the Jordan onto the West Bank, they arrive at the castle called by some Le Forbelet and by others Belvoir, and there pitch a fortified camp. After taking their meals and saying their prayers, they sleep for the night. The next morning, Saladin has arrived, and his forces stretch far out into the distance before the Christian perimeter. The heat of the sun is broiling, but the knights and their perhaps 9,000 or so infantry comrades put on their armor and prepare to set forth. Saladin's horse archers are already milling, kicking up the swirls of dust amid the heat shimmers. Baldwin, still a young man in age, slightly past his 20th year, can no longer ride in the ranks as he did at his great victory at Montgazard, but he orders his captains to value discipline above all else. There will be no repeat of the fiasco at Mar Shariyun, where victory was snatched by carelessness. What happens next is thus hazy to the king, as he hears reports from breathless heralds. The captains, Guy, Reynold, Balian, and others gallop forth, keeping their formation behind the infantry, riding and marching into the very eye of the Ayyubid arrow storm. Then, when Saladin and his emirs are waiting for the advance and the thunderous charge of the Latin knights and their holy order brethren, it does not come. Instead, mindful of their king's plea to keep their discipline, the Crusader army advances slowly in perfect order. Then they wait, forcing the Sultan to bring the fight to them. This is, of course, a torturous ordeal. The arrows rain down, and the men are forced to stand in their path, but eventually it becomes clear that the Crusaders are resolved to hold the ground, limit their casualties, and wait out the enemy. From the Ayyubid command center, the order goes forth to advance and attack. Saladin's army is composed of his own cavalry positioned behind the horse archers, plus a negligible number of infantry. The Crusader infantry with their long spears stand ready, and the charge peters before it reaches the line. Saladin's cavalry is magnificent, composed mostly of men from Kurdish and Turkic origin, as well as free-born and Mamluk officers. But it lacks the destructive power of the Latins. His infantry similarly fails to break through the Latin line. Desultory fighting breaks out along the field, where certain tribal collections and emirs look to gain glory for themselves and find a breakthrough that will bring victory for their sultan. But the Latin line holds, and once more the larger contingents of the Ayyubid force move back, and the horse archers go to work again. When there is an attempt at envelopment, the Crusaders extend their line and send out the waiting mounted units to head it off. And then they are back to waiting under the now incessant arrow fire. More assaults, more resistance, and defense. The day wears on, and the heat causes as many casualties as the blades and arrow points. The Crusaders will not break. They are staying in place and gently advancing when needed, gradually pushing the Ayyubids from the field. And finally, with the sun beginning to slant and the still fresh Crusader cavalry appearing as though it is readying for the charge on his now fatigued troops, Saladin gives the order, and the Ayyubids vacate the field. They have weathered the storm and handed defeat to the Sultan, who now must return to the campaign of attrition. The details of the numbers dead are murky. William of Tyre records that many of the Saracens were killed in the fight, implying that there were thousands who lay lifeless on the field. But the fact is that the young, dying King Baldwin, with the strength if not the spirit taking leave of his body, has triumphed one last time over the man who is on the road to uniting the ancient lands of Syria and Egypt against the Latins. The battle at Le Forbelet in the shadow of Belvoir Castle confirms that Jerusalem remains a power capable of standing toe-to-toe with Saladin in the field. But it does nothing to amend the strategic situation assailing the kingdom from fighting a war on two fronts. For all that Reynold of Chatillon faces criticism from his monarch for his unilateral attacks on Saladin's forces, soon the Kurdish Sultan will complete his annexation of Aleppo, and with its resources added to his own, the road to Hattin will be open. By that time, the Leper King will have long left the stage, his legacy being one of bravery, piety, and the utmost tragedy. I appreciate you being here for the video. Please give that subscribe button a gentle medieval slap, and tickle the like button to appease the almighty algorithm. It will help out the channel greatly. Cheers! The mid-1900s saw a period of remarkably peaceful relations between the two major powers of the Balkan Peninsula, the Byzantine Empire and the traditionally hostile Bulgarian Empire. This stood in stark contrast to the beginning of the 10th century, as a war raged between Bulgaria and Eastern Rome that spanned over a decade and saw the former dominate the latter. In the aftermath of this clash, the Bulgarian Empire enjoyed the status of undisputed master of southeastern Europe. Yet as the century progressed, the balance of power gradually began to shift back towards Byzantium. The Eastern Roman Empire, essentially reduced to its Asian provinces, was still a significant power in the Mediterranean world. With that in mind, the successors of Augustus and Constantine were fixated on reclaiming the lost imperial lands. Such a revival, however, would be no mean feat, with several serious obstacles standing between the Byzantines and their former glory. But then, a certain young boy by the name of Basil II was crowned emperor. Emperor Basil's struggle to revive the diminishing Roman Empire was an epic conflict that gripped the medieval world. And speaking of epic conflicts, you can jump into the beast of a tank that is Tiger 6 and join massive historical battles with our sponsor, World of Tanks. World of Tanks is a free-to-play online game with over 1 million players worldwide, and it's available on PC. Rush in with guns blazing, ambush your opponents with sneaky tactics, or hang back and take them out from afar in the most iconic tank of them all, the Tiger. With over 800 tanks and over 40 battle arenas, every battle will always be unique. You can play with Allied or Axis tanks, or pick any of the many tanks from throughout the history of armored warfare. The choice is yours. Modeled after historical vehicles, each tank is authentically and accurately made, which makes you feel like a real tank commander. Support my channel by downloading World of Tanks today using the first link in the description. Both new and old players who click my link below can insert the code COMBAT. New players get 7 days of premium access, 250,000 credits, the premium tank Cromwell B, Tier 6, as well as 3 rental tanks for 10 battles each, the Tiger 131 Tier 6, T-78 Tier 6, and Type 64 Tier 6. Existing players get 3 days premium access, Camouflage 2D style bargain, and 7-day rental of the premium tank Centurion Mark 5-1. Or you can choose to get 100k credits if you already have this tank in your garage. In 963, Emperor Romanus II passed away at age 26. Leaving his 2 sons, both under the age of 5, as his only successors. These young boys, the future emperors Basil II and his brother Constantine VIII, were crowned just before the death of their father, but were too young to rule. Their mother, Teophano, a low-born but brilliant and shrewd woman, was intent on securing the unstable position of her family. As one may expect, this was no easy task. Ambitious members of the Anatolian aristocracy were waiting for an opportune moment to usurp the throne. Eunuchs and other conspiring court members sought to pull the strings of government. To secure her position, the imperial widow searched for a suitable groom. And she soon found one in Nicephorus Phocas, a brilliant Anatolian general who had just finished the reconquest of the Muslim emirate of Crete. Now the senior emperor, after his marriage to Teophano, Nicephorus would go on to have a particularly successful reign. At first, however, the emperor failed to prevent the Fatimid conquests of the final Byzantine outposts on Sicily, and led an inconclusive war in southern Italy against Holy Roman Emperor Otto I. These minor setbacks would be soon forgotten after Nicephorus's victories against the Syrian Hamdanid dynasty and the recovery of the crucial region of Cilicia after a series of successful campaigns. It was around 966, in the aftermath of these gains, that Bulgarian envoys arrived in Constantinople. Since 927, the Bulgarian Empire had been ruled by Tsar Peter, who ushered in a 4-decade-long peace between his state and Byzantium. As part of this peace, the Romans were obliged to pay an annual tribute to the Bulgarians, who in return would prevent Hungarian and other nomadic tribes from using Bulgaria as a staging ground to raid Byzantine territory. However, exhausted by decades of dry weather and the demanding campaigns of Peter's predecessor, Bulgaria failed to uphold this promise. Additionally, Peter may have condoned the raids in retaliation for Byzantine support for Serbia in their ongoing conflict with Bulgaria. Therefore, when Peter's envoys arrived at Constantinople in 966, Emperor Nicephorus had them beaten and sent back empty-handed to the Bulgarian capital of Preslav. Confident after his success in the east, the Roman emperor began to shift his attention back to the Balkans. However, instead of dirtying his own hands, Nicephorus sent envoys and lavish gifts to Kiev, the capital of the Rus. Having just destroyed the Khazar Khaganate, the Prince of Kiev, Svetoslav, responded enthusiastically to this proposal of a combined invasion of Bulgaria. In 968, he landed near the Danube Delta with an army of around 60,000 men. In mere months, the Kievan prince annihilated all Bulgarian forces he came into contact with and captured as many as 80 fortresses in the east of the country. Nicephorus was alarmed by the speed with which the Rus defeated Bulgaria and began to doubt the intentions of Svetoslav. That same year, he negotiated a separate peace with Tsar Peter, who sent his young sons Boris and Roman to Constantinople as negotiators and honorary hostages. Soon after, the Byzantine emperor bribed the nomadic Pechenegs to attack Kiev. This was initially successful, as the Rus prince was forced to return to his capital to lift the siege. However, much to the displeasure of both Bulgarians and Romans, Svetoslav returned the following summer, intending to subdue all eastern Bulgaria. At this critical junction, Tsar Peter died from a stroke and was succeeded by his son Boris II, who had just returned from Constantinople. These were tumultuous times in Byzantium as well. In December 969, Nicephorus was murdered in his sleep as part of a conspiracy organized by Empress Tiaphano and the emperor's nephew John Tzimiskes, who then assumed the throne. The new emperor had no intentions of sending aid to Bulgaria in their renewed conflict with the Rus. Furthermore, John's ascension immediately sparked a revolt in Caesarea, led by another nephew of Nicephorus, a man named Bardas Phokas. Realizing his desperate situation, the new Bulgarian Tsar Boris successfully allied himself to his former enemy, Svetoslav. In 970, a massive Russo-Bulgarian force crossed the Balkan Mountains, conquered Philippopolis, and headed towards Constantinople. In the meantime, John Tzimiskes had sent his trusted general of the East, Bardas Skleros, to deal with the rebellion of Bardas Phokas. After swiftly putting down the revolt in Anatolia, Skleros was sent to Thrace to intercept the Russo-Bulgarian army. By March 970, the Slavic force had reached the town of Arcadiopolis, where they were met and annihilated by Bardas Skleros. Tzimiskes organized an expedition to expel the Rus from the Balkans the following year. In 971, the Byzantines crossed into Moesia, capturing the Bulgarian capital and the major fortress of Dorostolon, and finally forced Svetoslav and his army to leave for good. Following this victory, John transformed the former Bulgarian heartland of Moesia into a Byzantine province, capturing Tsar Boris and proclaiming the country annexed. Yet resistance was beginning to mount in the western half of the once strong Bulgarian Empire.
it is time for the end. There ain't no wakey now is Mimi, sleepy BB, fucking booby whoopy, wappy wappy, fucking, ooh. Ugh. Yeah, but Baldwin's being fucked over by shitty Baldwins. By his shitty. By the. Ugh, that is really double the end of that. Of this end. Oh, you know it, dude. I'm fucking asleep at the wheel. I'm fucking driving the truck with fucking 5 Tylenols and 8 bottles of beer. Oh, I'm gonna catch you on the flip side, mate. Good night. Ooh, this is not a pleasant sleepiness feeling. Oh, dude, tomorrow, you mean tonight? You know I will. Just when I'm more awake now. Catch you later, Niksu. Ooh. Need to do definitely way more. Shit me.